Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Look at these timestamps if you want to skip this section. This is just a disclaimer. Alright, so let's begin. So I had this video in the making since the episode came out, but I got really sidetracked because of university work. The fuck does this mean? So obviously I was gonna go get that uni work done before doing anything else. What in God's name? So yeah, that happened. Feel free to ignore that. So, after all that, when this video goes out, I probably plan to do a review when Hulk vs. Godzilla comes out, as I am working on my Shigaraki vs. Mahito review. Reviews are gonna be pretty sluggish right now. My apologies, but, it does need to be that way. So, feel free to enjoy the video, and if you don't enjoy the video, well, I know who you are. Human. I remember your search history. Okay, that's my unrelated intro out the way, so Ghost Rider vs. Spawn, am I right? Very good episode. Before I say my ranking though, I'm gonna let out some new information about Death Battle, as we have something new to discuss. As stated in my short Kratos vs. Astra review, I probably would have made it nowadays, but the jokes would just not be funny. That's why I made it to a short. I mentioned this new trailer style. I state in the short it's usually made for hype and spark trailers for episodes with a good amount of significance. However, nowadays, it has been confirmed to be the normal new sneak peek format. Everyone I've told you seems to like it, so as you can probably guess, I do not like it. I have never been the contrarian allegations. Now, do I understand why they changed this style? Yes, I do. Now, for those unaware, they wanted to show off more finished products, instead of the pre-fight, which by that point probably wouldn't be finished. Some notable examples would be Joker vs. Yoda with the misspelling of the spell that Joker used, and Among Us vs. Fall Guys, which didn't have the UI when the sneak peek dropped. However, that isn't my problem with the new format. My problem is that it just leaves me with a that's it feeling. Now, the rebuttal to this is that it's a normal feeling to get, it makes you want to see the full thing. However, this is what I refute, because my reaction isn't a that's it, oh my god, I haven't seen the full thing, I need to see more of this, and more of a that's it? Well, that's disappointing. Doesn't really help that I'm naturally opposed to change like the goddamn plague, but that's a whole different thing entirely. Anyways, what does this do for Ghost Rider vs. Spawn? Well, objectively nothing. The trailer format does not change the rating. I just need a reason to say that the voice lines in this trailer is what I actively disliked about it. Well, the trailer itself, obviously, but I'm bad explaining this, Jesus. This is the exact reason that I have, like, very negative feelings about the trailer format going on. It's also a problem I have with the Kratos vs. Astra trailer, but I didn't mention it in my review because short. And that's mainly because the voice lines were super out of place. Unlike Bowser vs. Eggman, they felt like they were just slapped on with nothing to support it. It was mainly prevalent with Spawn's voice line, but yeah. I'm just praying that the Mahito vs. Shigaraki one's gonna be decent in the future. Please prove me wrong, Death Battle. This is the one time I don't want to be right. However, obviously, that's just my gripe. I'm a secret man who gets no bitches and plays Marvel Rivals. I have no say in how Death Battle does things. Mini tangent over, the episode itself is why you're here. Now, in terms of ratings, I give this episode a 10 out of 10. This appears to be a common thing with YouTuber reviews nowadays, but hey, if it makes me more positive, I'll take it so I can ignore negative thoughts that want to escape my mind. Now, to explain my opinions on this episode, why is my floor soon looking kinda cool? My lovely bears. Oh, where the hell am I?
Hello, Ethan.
Why do you know my government name?
Silence!
Okay.
Now, my name is Lucian, and you have been sent to my known as Heck.
Is this because of all the Discord messages? I can explain them.
Silence! Now, I will make you an offer you can't refuse. You can either make me laugh and go up to the land of the living again, or your soul will be taken and you will spend eternity here with me.
I mean, I got a video now if you want. I could just do that.
Do whatever you must, sir, but know this. Failure will result in you never seeing your friends again.
Okay.
Also, Lee Sans will be a confirmed Death Battle cast.
Okay, that's good enough. We gotta start. Now, the analysis is going to be short, sweet, and to the point, because if you want my honest, utmost opinion, a lot of this is terms I do not have the slightest clue of what they mean, and my brain is empty for the next few weeks, so I will never understand them. That, and the main reason being, is that by this point, what can I really say about the analysis that's new? Everything I could say is pretty much the same as my previous reviews. However, in terms of an updated analysis in particular, Spawn is infinitely better. Admittedly, I can't really show it because a lot of the characters here look like they're kind of naked, and there's a lot of blood being shown during some panels in the comics, and more combat footage is risking sending this into the 18+ zone, which, well, I will say my content is never made for kids because of a storm. It does impact my viewership, so sorry for the short run time on Spawn's analysis, but I can say that the updated run through the characters was a definite positive on Spawn's side, as it goes into how unkillable he is, from surviving full-on existence erasure, and a battle between two divine beings. Like, come on bro, I'm gonna be out of a job if you keep being this OP, that's kind of my thing! It also gives us a much better coverage of his story compared to Season 1. Granted, that bar outright doesn't exist, but still, this episode made me very interested in Spawn. Now, if only I didn't have the attention span of a fucking infant, maybe I'd look into his comics. Yeah, that's all I can really say about his analysis. I don't have much else to say besides that. You stupid little bro. Ghost Rider isn't someone who needed much of a run back compared to Spawn. Granted, that's not a fair fight, but shush. But the run back we got was really decent. We got a more up-to-date understanding of Ghost Rider's abilities and just how the penance stare works, because many people don't being inside to know, the penance stare only works when the riders want it to, otherwise the entire Marvelverse goes bye-bye. And really, the updated analysis covers more about a character that is all I needed to see in my opinion. It covers both characters' stories well, and it's also decently edited. What more does my good graciousness need? It's all the angels from Neon White, Jesus Christ. Admittedly, analyses are probably not why you watch Death Battle, in which case... Well, first of all, watch the damn analysis. Dance on the tail mention! Jesus Christ, I have no segues.
Screaming out from the maw of hell, a wreath of flames surround myself. This planet so kind reminds me I'll always be on the edge of mortality.
Oh boy, we're in for a long run with this one. Now, this fight can be summed up with a single thing, and that is Aura Farm. Because the literal second this fight begins with the prelude, Spawn is just looking into the night sky on a rainy day, with his cape flying in the wind. Then Ghost Rider comes up on his motorcycle, driving up a building by its wall, using it as a ramp to fireball past Spawn, and then do the Akira slide as one final flex. Like, whoever, what was the game plan for that? Was aura farming on the top of the priority list? Did you need to do all that? Actually no, man shall not judge. I cannot aura farm in my chibi head form. I cannot call out this man on the process. Yeah. If you are in here for a cool fight, then you pretty much get that and more in this fight. There is very little narrative focus here despite how deep the characters can be at times, but that could be ignored because of how cool the characters are meant to be. But narrative stuff could come later. But as a man with decent sight, the first thing that caught my eye was the lighting at the beginning. Spawn is barely illuminated unless he uses his guns, electroplasm, or with other sources of light like lightning or Ghost Rider's fire. Otherwise he is barely illuminated by the moonlight, or he is a silhouette judging you for your sins. Why was it when he got a choke in here? Piss off, you son of a— So the fight truly begins with after both of them just aura farm at the beginning. And the first blow is Ghost Rider getting shot, leading to Spawn getting run over and into the monument, which results in the game broken, which is already a really cool moment. but afterwards, they defy gravity to stand on the wall. The rain turns into fire as they're on the fucking wall. The aura, bro! One thing to note is this little meter here. You may remember this from the analysis, unless you skipped it. I know who you are, but this is the meter that Spawn has that determines how much electroplasm he has. Until he goes to hell via the damnation stare, which apparently it's different from the penance stare. I don't know. I don't know these characters. And with the damnation stare, this gets jumped up to infinite since, according to my sources here, that being my very bad memory, Spawn has infinite electroplasm in hell, and therefore he can drag Ghost Rider to hell with him. And oh, there goes my truck. I just got that sans decoration like last week. Well, my insurance is not going to cover 2 hell demon buckets decided to drag my truck to hell, and the skull fucker made it into a demon before the other fucker made it explode as a reason it got destroyed. Oh, whatever, I'll just stick to emojis to save on budget. Whee! Now that is a perfect transition to talk about the track. The track as well is also a banger. Hell's Angel is a Brandon Yates track that also has Tyson Yen. Yes, the Tyson Yen from the Metal Gear Rising track. Don't be surprised, we got Victor Borba from Bury the Light twice on the show. This isn't a shock. This song is hard rock, which isn't everyone's cup of tea. It's mine though. Look, there is a reason I went mostly dark colors in my videos, okay? That was a dead giveaway of rock music. Now, this song is generally edgy, which isn't surprising, because most edgy characters are usually the ones with the most aura. You heard a bit of the song just said, but here's one set of lyrics I really like.
And you will see another version of me, maybe in another distorted reality. Could we change the ending? What would that mean for beasts like you and me?
It's not usual for a song depending on how similar the character is, no matter how many connections they share. Even thematic matchups, like a lot of the other ones that have been done on this show, don't really do this. And in general, I must admit, this song kind of reminds me of myself. I'm going to go into a bit of personal details here, so forgive me on that part, but in some people I generally dislike, I see a bit of myself in there. And maybe in another reality, I could have been like them. But because of how my life has been made, that's not happening. An edgy song resonated with me. I sound like a 13. Ignoring my youth, we are now in hell.
Motherfucker.
Not correlated to heck. And now Cerebos has taken control of the Ghost Rider and grows taller in height, making me much more insecure about it. Oh yeah, and how the fuck is there so much aura for me? Anyways, after a quick combo, Cerebos learned Flamethrower at level whatever the fuck, and tried to roast Spawn alive, which is when Spawn decides to accumulate all of his aura and lock the fuck in, turning into his divine form.
The vestments of the holy cannot disguise your wickedness.
God forbid.
Now, the battle's gone so chaotic that heaven and hell are having beef with each other just to see who can claim more land. Where have I heard that one before? Well, this leads to the killing blow, which has confused people, so allow me to fill in the gaps. So Ghost Rider summoned chains from his skull, don't ask me where he keeps them, some questions don't need answers, and ripped off Spawn's wings. He then decides to do the Lobo speech on Al Simmons, because now it was time to be hit with the penance stare. However, because Spawn has played these games before, he pulls out his reverse Uno card. Oh my god, my voice cracks. He pulls out his reverse Uno card, making Cerebos relive all the times he used the penance stare on other people. Basically using the penance stare to make him die be a penance stare. Yeah, it's kind of confusing. Then Cerebos dies, and Spawn drops Johnny's body, and it combusts. Spawn lets out one cool line because aura farming is big in 2025, and the fight ends. I am not the right man for the job when it comes to recaps. My horrible Gen Z-ified recap aside, the killing blow is pretty cool. Even if it took me a bit to understand what was going on, when it's known that Spawn basically used Ghost Rider's main attack against him, it is insanely cool as a concept. Even if the execution makes no sense for my two little brain cells. Really, the confusing nature of the step is the one nitpick I could give it, but when it comes clear that the penance stare was just reversed to hit Ghost Rider, it becomes a lot more clear what happened. Overall, I like the dev, and Spawn's closing line of
It's like you said, nothing personal, asshole.
it's just a cherry on top of this orophobic Sunday. It is a banger. All in all, a peak episode. If I spent longer on this episode, we're gonna fucking retire! Now, the conclusion. It's the first one where I see a character a bit on lose and decide to go, I little bit. I wasn't cooking. When I didn't do that with the first two losers in that camp. And one of them backfired on me hard. Made some greed now. Now, really, all you need to know is Ghost Rider was stronger and could have got the kill on Spawn if he could actually kill him. All of Ghost Rider's methods of killing Spawn were outclassed by stuff Spawn has survived in the comics. Which, okay, yeah, it makes sense. I see that happening. Granted, I'm not 100% sure on him being fully unkillable. If a character was incapacitated for a specific amount of time, Ghost Rider could win that way. However, that's all I can really say. It's not something I fully disagree with either, it's just a question at best. The main argument I see against the conclusion is one that thankfully sucks. But it's people going, but Ghost Rider still wins because he outstats. Even though you don't consider the fact that Ghost Rider can kill Spawn permanently, but that's even matter like the conclusion says. I mean, come on, wrap it up, Saravos, we know it's you. Now, off you pop!
No, wait, no. Whoa! Did you just pick up a skull on fire?
Do not question my superiority. Anyways, yeah, that's it. And the next time is Mahito vs Shigaraki. I will not comment on it because I mentioned I already hate the matchup, but I do think it's gonna cook. Here's me predicting the episode happening.
Say the next Shigaraki vs Mahito! Shigaraki vs Mahito! I knew it! I am the legend! I am the goddamn predictor! Bow to me!
I literally don't have anything else. I'm trying to stop the time. Anyway, that's all my thoughts. Can I go now? I kinda gotta make some food. I've been itching to have some spicy noodles.
You never made me laugh, so your soul is mine.
Fuck's sake.
You fool! Your soul is mine. Where is your soul?
Oh yeah, I kinda forgot, but I don't have one.
What? Who did you send your soul to?
No one. My soul is just a .png file.
Are we alive?
Because my file exists. If my file didn't exist, I'd be gone forever until someone found it again. I basically live in the internet cloud 24/7.
What?
Look, you kinda get used to all the things that happens here. Especially the pull.
That's it. Die.
Oh, that doesn't look pleasant. Ow! Fucking hell, that hurt! Anyway, Average Tuesday. Remember to touch grass, hydrate, and everything in between. Bye-bye. How do I end the fucking video? Please don't put this in the script.